Oh, boy.
Marmalade. It's different.
It hits hard as this spring garden hits, because this, with Jacques, is the spring garden kickoff. Jacques, it's been a while since you've been here on the channel. He's been busy and active.
Yeah, it's true.
In your own
Been
garden.
doing my own thing.
Yeah, he's been doing his own thing. Sometimes you gotta let the bird fly, right? Regardless, Jacques' back. I thought what we'd do, Jacques, is just walk around, vibe, talk about the garden as it is right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think, but to me, I feel like this is the best garden I've ever had.
It looks really nice. There's a lot of parts I really, really, really like, and some parts, you know, we'll see. No, but it actually looks amazing. I'm actually really, really happy with how it looks.
First thing is this little number.
Yeah, this is a new one.
Right here. My girlfriend and I will come out and we want sun exposure in the daytime and in the morning, and so we'll have a coffee and just kind of vibe.
Hand tiled?
Hand tiled. Yeah, exactly.
Yourself.
So this is the backyard garden, Jacques. This, to be honest, credit where credit's due, a lot of inspiration from your garden. You'll notice some things, they're flowering.
The flower patch is amazing.
Yeah.
Little pollinator patch action, and you've broken your grid. Mm-hmm. The grid has been officially broken. You are now in wobbles and weaves.
I was playing like Tetris before, and now I'm just like kind of like this. But no, it really has worked. And what I'll say that I've done is I've just sort of interspersed planted.
Yeah.
So if we take even just right here, there were some brassicas right here, like this broccoli.
You actually had amazing broccoli over here.
Really good broccoli.
Really nice.
Really good broccoli. Still some pretty solid cabbages coming through. But something that I did, for example, is I just beaned out this curve here because there was some extra space. The beans were gonna go, like they were gonna just be spent.
Right.
And so I was like, I'll throw them in. So it's that very organic type of gardening.
Yeah, you're using all the space as it's available to you, and you're filling in the gaps.
And then come over here. This is another perfect example. So this used to be the root crop area.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, it's like turnips, radishes, a special little unnamed radish.
Too much.
Too far.
But what I've done here is half turn. So you'll notice like all my potatoes went out over here. And then just this past week, we removed this. And now I'm gonna put probably some squash here.
Ooh,
is my thinking.
Yeah.
And it's this idea of like, almost like a rotational style farming, but mostly for the aesthetic look. Like I really disliked last year clearing this garden, resetting it and having nothing and then growing everything from scratch.
Yeah.
So this season, especially in the in-ground, I just wanna do it more rotationally.
It's really smart.
You know, kind of play it out that way. Like for example, over here, this chard.
And I think a lot of people actually struggle with this idea of like turning everything over at once instead of like working with it as it's happening. So now this bed looks amazing.
It looks
this one
really
fills
good.
in.
Yeah, this is filling in. And so like, do I need this much chard? I can't imagine how I could need this much chard, but I've just decided in my head, I made the mental switch. It's an ornamental right now, right? It's serving a purpose. It almost looks like rhubarb, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think this is like...
Hold up.
It wasn't meant to be, but you know who gets it though?
Yeah.
The beauty of the chickens.
The beauty of the hens. The hens are actually doing really well. So Chetty has flown the coop nearly every day.
Yeah, she was out there vibing earlier.
Somehow she's figured out she can go around the back, jump the fence, jump into the compost, go over the compost, come down here.
Yeah.
And then what she'll do is she actually doesn't ruin the garden.
I know, that's the part that amazes me.
She goes under the awning over there and just poops on the floor. That's all she does. It's so stupid. But look at this. I don't know if you've been getting a ton of eggs, dude.
I have. Too many, actually. Dude, it's like 3 dozen eggs.
Hey, the Easter Bunny's in town. It's so many eggs. And I'll tell you this, I've been eating them.
Yeah.
I have been eating them, but I'm getting 7+ a day.
Yeah.
So I can't be getting one for every day of the week.
And you were gone for 3 days?
Yeah.
That's what basically happened.
You're gone for 3 days, you get 21 eggs. So there will be some fun stuff coming here pretty soon on the Homesteading channel about what we're gonna be doing in the kitchen a little bit more.
Frittata Fridays, maybe?
Frittata Fridays. You know, you remember some of our stuff we did last year, we got a little hectic, but let's talk tomatoes, Jacques, because to me, every year, I don't know about you, but every year, by the time summer's over, I'm like, dude, let them go. I'm like done with tomatoes, I'm done with everything. And now, as these are starting to really come in, I'm like so excited to get them back. The hype is all the way back.
Yeah.
So I'll talk to you about some of my varieties. This year, I didn't really do much different as far as my staking method. They're spaced out a touch further, I would say.
Yeah.
And I interplanted sooner. So I have all my basil in just a lot sooner than I did last year. And I'm letting, like speaking to that method of just like kind of letting be, these favas, which are my cover crop, right? Some of them are like offset from the actual main row, so I'm just gonna let them
They're in the way.
be. Like they're not in the way, so they're just adding some texture.
Honestly, they look really good right now too.
Tomatoes look good. Yeah.
Still sunny, no powdery mildew.
These ones were overgrown.
Yeah,
So I don't know if you remember, but I planted these about a foot deep. No joke. I used the power planter. So I've got my Costoluto Genovese.
Oh, nice. I want to try that one.
My artisan stripes right here. I'm actually sometimes forgetting what I planted. Got my Moskvich. I've got my golden Jubilee.
Oh wow, that one already looks like it's setting some good fruit.
Yep, Cherokee Purple, right? So the classic heirloom. And then I believe I have the chocolate sprinklers, which all of you told me to grow the chocolate sprinkles. So I'm taking your word for it.
Let's see if a chocolate tomato lives up to actually being good.
But then you'll be excited. I have Cherokee Carbon right here.
That's a good one.
So purple,
Classic.
and then carbon would be the hybridized version of the purple. So we'll see, like, does one taste better? Does one not? I have no idea. And then we've got the Oxheart over here, which is like your tanker.
That one's setting, like, look at this flower truss here. There's like 20 flowers on here.
Yeah.
For a big tomato, it's not a cherry.
I was gonna say, that's the disturbing part is
it is
to set that much on a truss for an Oxheart, which is literally supposed to be about this big. It's a little bit.
I'm excited. Hey.
A little bit sus.
Your roots have done great too.
I think we're getting to a point where these need to come out of the ground.
Yeah, mine are about there too.
So, but I will say, I've done a few.
Oh, they're pulling out great.
Yeah, no, they're really nice right now. Here, I'll give you that one.
Dang.
Do a quick little crunch test on this.
A little field clean.
Yeah. They're still great.
It's really sweet and it's really tender.
I would say
that's a great carrot.
It's about the time. I would maybe give these a week depending on the weather, because as soon as it starts to get hot, these will go woody. Yeah. They'll go dry and a bit bitter.
They're like really nice right now, though.
They're nice right now. So what I might do is I might give this a really healthy water, and maybe over the weekend pull and reset the whole bed and store them in sand. We actually put a video out on our Instagram about how to store these in sand that you should check out. But why don't we go?
It's a tasty carrot.
Over into the test garden.
Yeah, let's do it.
So in the test garden, Jacques, all this
secret.
Top secret, except for the cedar line.
Yeah, that's out there. It's out and proud.
That's out and proud. We're really proud of those beds. So I highly encourage you, if you like wood, give them a try. Tell us what you think. We love them.
Yeah.
I'm a convert, honestly.
Yeah, I am too.
So, okay, so this is what I'm pretty stoked about. My orchard, my backyard orchard. I remember you and I were texting each other because we were planting our orchards trying to beat sunset at the exact same day. So I'm pleased because this is my Asian pear quad. So there's 4 different types on this, and I got a little bit scared because you could see 2 of them are growing and 2 of them don't look like they are. But I'm just starting to see budding.
There it is, yeah.
And you know what I realized? These are the ones that I cut down the most to level the tree out.
Oh, interesting.
So these ones were cut down about by 50%, and these ones really weren't.
So maybe like all that hormone got lost or something.
It had to be something like that, but I'm just very proud and pleased that it's coming back.
That's cool. I have a 4-in-1 plum. So we'll see how that does.
Yeah, we'll see how it does. This one is surprising to me. This is our double planted, more European style pear. So there's the Florida Home and the Hood European. Yep. Look how crazy this has grown.
2-in-1.
2-in-1 hole. Yep,
and it looks great.
Hole. And
it's really good.
If you guys remember from the episode I put out when I did plant these, I did trim out most of this interior, and I have to say, structurally, it looks really good.
Yeah,
I'm pretty pleased.
Also, for me, this is the first pear tree I've actually seen in person. Like, I was like, I didn't even know their leaves look like this.
Pears are better than apples. Pears are better than apples. You heard it here first.
He said it. He said it.
So the cherry, I've realized, because I've watched your cherry as well, I believe now, or maybe it was Chris's cherry that we planted at her house. Cherry. But what I noticed is when you do a topping cut on the cherry, it seems to want to kind of freak out a bit. So it puts a ton of growth out. And I think what we're gonna have to do is just decide what are we allowing here and what are we not? Because this is a lot.
It's insane how much it's grown, because it's literally, it was like a stick this big once it was trimmed.
There was nothing. There's nothing. There was absolutely nothing.
And look at this.
Yeah, that and then the persimmons as well.
Also interesting leaf. First time I've seen a persimmon leaf this year.
Yeah, and I don't know if you remember, but this persimmon was more developed than this one.
Yeah, that's right.
And it actually had some initial branching.
Yeah.
And I have to say, like, obviously it's still bigger.
Yeah.
But I think with some strategic pruning to kind of even these out, this will look really good in a year.
I think so too.
This will look really, really good.
I'm super excited for these.
All right, well, let's go over to the avocado. So probably the least attractive area of the garden. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's a little.
It's
familiar for me.
Sloppy.
For me, it's familiar.
Yeah, this is, well, there's a reason you're in the corner over there on the mural.
I'm cultivating this corner.
No wonder. I got to scrub that out. Maybe it'll get clean all of a sudden. So this is the avocados. And honestly, we've been through a love affair with avos.
Yeah.
It's a will they, won't they, right? And
Now
it seems
they
like
will.
they will.
They will.
So what we've seen is a bit of a frying, and I actually learned from Tom Spellman that was more of a mineral salts issue.
Oh, right.
Like just hard water, etc. But look, I mean, these are all
amazing.
they're coming back. So we still have a long journey on avocados, but at least they're growing.
Yeah, they're like our best avocado. Let's just say that.
Our best avocado. The banana, though, I'm a bit perplexed. Because
I am too.
I mean, look how big this is. If you guys want a primer on what I've done here, is I planted 2 bananas next to one another. Obviously, this one's outgrowing the other one over here. But what I did is I removed every leaf but 4 for about 8 months or so.
Wow, you were dedicated.
Yeah, and I had seen this video from a professional banana grower who had mentioned like it's a good way to force verticality.
Oh, it worked.
And it certainly seems to have worked. I'm not doing that anymore. The thing about bananas though is they produce a fruit and then a fruit cluster, and then this will die.
Yeah.
And so what I'm trying to time, Jacques, is how many of these offshoots do I keep cutting off? Because the second that goes, I need at least one of these as a backup, but I don't need 5. And so I keep cutting them off and like trying to figure it out.
They keep trying to fight back too, it looks like.
Yeah, so if anyone has banana tips that I might be not understanding, just throw me a comment. But the grapes, Jacques, which you've had a mixed experience, I think, with this flame seedless, right?
Yeah, the powdery mildew definitely gets it if you're not careful. But these look great.
Yeah, they look good so far. When Tom Spellman came over a couple months back, he helped me kind of prune and train it well. So basically just removing everything up to the point where it's on the line.
Right.
And then forcefully kind of structuring it on the line. So I don't know. I haven't gotten too many grapes yet. This might be the bumper crop year, but it also might still be the setup year because they're not all the way across yet.
Yeah, they'll get there.
They'll get there. Now, the thing that you guys have been asking for that I haven't shown you too much because we really wanted to see if we could get it right this season is the pond. And I dare I say,
it's looking really good. It's looking really good.
The epic pond, my friends. Truly deserving of the name, I think, these days.
It's a vibe now.
The koi are huge.
They're like barrels.
They're koi, they're like a true torpedo. And then remember all those mosquito fish we put in last year?
I can even see them from here.
Yeah, there's about 100, I would say, in there right now. I don't know where the blue crab, the blue lobster is that I put in. I don't know where the loach is.
They're doing their own thing.
May the Lord bless them. I'm not sure where they are right now. But that being said, I think what we've struggled with in this pond is the ground cover.
The perimeters.
So what we done is we planted it out way earlier this year, like maybe December, January, to let it establish. And we also,
rain.
Yeah, we got a really wet spring, right, and winter.
Absolutely.
And so the ground cover is established over here. We've let some nasturtiums kind of just trail in. But the thing that we've both been surprised by is the strawberries. Remember when we planted the strawberries?
These have actually been insane. I thought they would be the first to die, for sure.
Yeah.
And they're like taking over and spreading like multiple feet away from where they were. Wild.
Yeah, no actual strawberries, but it's more of an ornamental.
Yeah.
But remember, strawberries produce this runner, and our concern was that the ground was too hard for the runner to actually establish, but that's clearly false because it's streaming throughout, and then honestly forgot the name of this, but it's
a salvia
really
that looks amazing.
Looking really nice. The lilies are looking good. And then over here though, dude, this is our second attempt at the ground cover, right?
Yeah.
Remember we had the English thyme, and what I noticed is if it can establish,
it goes.
It really goes, because this is like just maybe 2 of them.
I think it was like this big.
Yeah.
And like that side, it's fully wrapped around. It's wild.
All the way around. But this was our new addition. Looks really sort of Dr. Seussian almost.
It really does.
I wish we could have shown this to you a couple of days ago because these are
it's just this
nice little poofs. But this is spread because when we put them in, I would say they were probably about this size. And you can tell some of these have already started to creep. And so what we're doing, actually you can smell it right now.
Yeah.
So we're doing a light water and fertilizer because what I'm trying to get is just coverage before summer, so that then they're finally established.
It'll be a much like literally cooler area too.
Yeah, it'll be literally cooler. The passion fruit vine has taken over the entire tank, but oh, look at this. Look, the Pride of Madeira.
Oh, it is actually flowering.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Wow, it's coming. Okay, so this, when we planted this last year, how big do you think it was? Less than a year ago.
Yeah, a sixth of this.
Maybe this?
Yeah, maybe that.
Maybe this size. So I've never seen a plant grow this fast with this much plant material. I'm scared of the future.
It's my favorite.
But I'm excited for this year.
Yeah.
Because this year, you're gonna get these beautiful blooms coming out.
I'll tell you what, everywhere around my garden, I'll see the little seedlings.
Yeah.
They're like popping up here.
And you know
there.
it's coming.
I know there's more on the way.
So it's gonna be a maintenance thing, but honestly, think about it. Think about when you're designing a space, you've got this pond vista that we just walked through, and this, of course, there's an avocado tree, there's a big house here. This is gonna light up that backdrop and ideally get even bigger.
Oh yeah.
So you will feel like you're not in maybe the suburbs.
Yeah.
So the pond is looking really good. Let's head out to the front, Jacques. I'll show you guys.
There's a little treat I want to grab. I'll tell you that
boy.
much. You'll see.
Some weird changes here.
Yeah,
You'll
a little
notice
different.
No dragon fruit. They're over here. Why? Because when we went on that field trip, honestly, I'm kind of glad to get rid of these planters because we keep getting asked, where'd you get those planters? And it's like one random store in East County, San Diego. We can't like tell you where to buy them, unfortunately. But what we decided to do, because the planters started to fall over, because the dragon fruit grew too much, is we buried the posts in ground using, what, a cement block?
Yeah, big, like cement block with like the bracket.
Yeah, screwed that in. So that's deep now. And then we used 4 corners of our birdies raised beds to create a bit of a container, even though it technically could go into the ground, because
which is even better.
There's no bottom. Yeah, exactly. And then we kind of leveled these all out so they're nice and even. And what we're going to do is transplant over new cuttings and do a bit of a reset. Because what I wanted to do after talking to Richard, grafting dragon fruit, is reset some of my varieties. Because as you progress in your dragon fruit journey, you actually want to try new varieties. And sometimes there's varieties that are just way more productive than an existing one, but basically the same thing.
Yeah, or maybe a little easier. You don't have to get special pollen to pollinate it or anything like that. So I'm here for that.
Yeah, so this is, unfortunately, it looks way better, but we kind of have to reset the Dragon Alley, which is honestly a bit sad.
We'll see.
Now, I will say that the artichoke patch has never looked better.
It looks incredible, and I'm very jealous that I have not established my own artichoke patch.
You know what?
I keep saying it every year, and I keep not doing it.
I'm so surprised because you love perennials, and you love, I can imagine you making like marinated artichoke dips or something. To me, it was the perfect thing for this area because it would prefer a lot of sun. It doesn't absolutely need it, as evidenced by its growth. It gets about half-day sun, and frankly, even when they're not flowering or producing the flower head, they still look kind of like trippy and cool to me, like almost prehistoric.
Yeah.
So that's doing really well. The rose arch is doing really well.
Incredible. But over here, I see something that looks really good.
He's been waiting for days to have one of these. So the Loquat are back.
They are definitely back.
Loquat boys are back in town. Now, Jacques, I know exactly what he's going to try to do. Jacques has blown my mind, guys. So that here, first of all, let me paint a picture.
Yeah.
Right? This is how you can eat a loquat. This is what we'll call primitive Kev's
traditional.
way. Yeah. So I'm peeling. Oh man, I don't want the skin. It's too sour for me. I don't want it. I just want that juicy inside, Oh, how many touches is this already? 10?
It's too many. I'm getting uncomfortable watching.
Oh, my fingers are so juicy. Oh man, there's a seed in there.
Here's what you really do.
Oh, gross. I'm never eating those again.
Don't be old Kev. Forget old Kev, okay? Take your loquat. Right there at the top where the stem was attached, that's where the money is. So watch this. Optional, you could bite the top off.
A little love kiss, a little love tap.
Now it's a wider opening. Yeah. Now here's where it gets dangerous and delicious.
Okay, but true disclaimer, beware of the seeds.
Yeah.
But go on.
It might be a choking hazard, but watch this. Take your loquat. Give it a nice firm grip, a little squish. You're gonna push with your
Are you a doula? What's going on?
You're gonna push with your fingers and then you're gonna suck. It's not weird, just try it, watch. Okay, loquat.
Okay, so the skin's gone.
All the fruit's in my mouth. There's the seed for proof.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah,
I'm already done.
All right.
Zero, like.
Guys, I don't even know if it's legal. I don't even know if it's legal to do this on camera. Okay. Dude, you don't have to do it that forcefully.
You do.
That's just way too much.
If you're not doing that forcefully, it's a different method.
The first time he ever showed me this, he literally was like, hey dude, watch this.
Tell me that's not the fastest way to eat a loquat.
No, but I'll tell you this. I'm a guy who doesn't really like to eat the skin personally.
Yeah.
And you can be a guy or girl who loves to eat the skin, but man.
He's going in for more.
This is off camera. Don't put this in the vlog.
Cut it.
Dude, you gotta stop with the sound.
All right, that's enough loquats for one day.
This is called the labor of love. This is called the journey of 1,000 tears. This is the papaya. It's taken so long to actually get this. And I gotta be honest, I like the look.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't even want it.
No, I mean, I like the look. And you can have papaya green.
Yeah.
But you think I'm going to? No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I waited long enough. I can wait a little bit longer, right?
It's finally doing something.
It's finally doing something. But I'm honestly, I think once it's done a thing, it'll continue to do a thing. Because we've got this new guy coming down below.
Yeah.
And so if you have any papaya recipes, let us know. But the orchard is in full swing, guys. The pomegranates, we've pruned these down. Doesn't probably look like it now, but trust me, they were monstrous before. So you can see the structure. I've brought them down to the same height.
Yeah.
And then with Tom, I came through and I did the same thing to the entire citrus orchard. Now, some of it's overgrown slightly, but the whole idea was to remove some vertical height from the tallest ones to kind of give these a shot. And I have to say, part of the logic was like that yuzu gets almost no sun. This guy needs a
little bit of help.
Yeah, but look at it.
But it's growing.
It's thrown about another foot of growth.
The new growth is insane.
Yeah, it's wild. The apple, look at the beauty of a good prune. We did some serious cuts on this and really brought it back to one main stem. Honestly, I've never seen it as bushy and as good as this.
Super healthy looking too.
Yeah, and I don't see any like major issues. Now, maybe I'll thin the fruit out a touch, but I'm gonna kind of let this play out and see. Then we have our
the big peach.
Both our blessing and our curse, I would say. The big peach. Now, I will say this. I found the weirdest thing ever on this peach. I think there's a serious disease and it's freaking me the hell out.
Oh, the weird leaves.
Like, yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I don't even, sometimes I literally don't want to touch it. Yeah. We need to research and figure this out. It's gotta be some fungal thing, right?
I think it's like a virus or like a thrip. I'm just throwing things out there now.
But I'll tell you this is so terrifying to the touch.
It almost looks like, it kind of looks and feels like what I imagine a wart would feel like.
It feels like it feels like someone's skin.
It's a little bit fleshy.
But look at how it produces. It's really bizarre and it's on most of the tree.
It seems to be quite prevalent now.
But look at this. Like, do you see what I mean?
That's weird.
Like touch this. Touch this. It's sort of succulent.
Oh man, it's like greasy too.
Yeah, and it's terrifying to the core. So we're gonna research this. We'll do a video on perhaps how to prevent it.
Peach disease.
But yeah, some sort of peach disease going on here. But overall, the orchard's looking good. We'll just touch over on the garlic.
Yeah,
right now.
Let's do it. I'm here to touch.
The garlic, it does not have rust like it did last year.
Yeah.
So that's a win.
Blessing.
Some of this is hard neck, some of it's soft neck, some of it has produced scapes. You can actually see there's a few scapes that are left. We'll have to cut those off. What do you think?
It's interesting because mine looks very similar. Like it seems like there's no rust. It grew a lot, but then also now it seems like it's like wilting a little bit and like maybe too much water.
It could be too much water. I've dialed my fertilizer back now as we get a little closer towards harvest.
Yeah,
We're
towards the bulbing.
2-ish months away from harvest. But I am a bit worried, I would say, about some of this streaky yellow growth. But at the same time, like I noticed that it started to scape, which to me means like
the bulb is on the way.
Yeah, the bulb's on the way, and it might be leaving some of its leaves behind a bit.
Oh,
right, some of those low leaves, it might be saying
true.
like let's cannibalize those a bit.
And the stalk looks like nice and robust. Yeah. And healthy. So
I'm just gonna let this ride. Yeah. And
some of them look great. Like
keep it well watered. Yeah. It's just kind of interesting. Now the rest of the front yard is a bit in transition. Yeah. And we've been battling with some gophers actually that have come up annoyingly into some of these tall beds, which we didn't even think could happen. But these gophers are pretty persistent.
They're hungry.
And so we'll be doing a video on gophers pretty soon, but honestly, I don't know what you think, but right now in my front yard raised beds, I'm very much right in the middle of switching things up.
Yeah, like the tall bed over there to me looks like really nice and happy. Like with your leeks.
Got my leeks over here.
The leeks look amazing.
The leeks are really nice.
They look perfect to me, and like this burgundy broccoli, one of my favorites this year. You went to me.
You grew a ton of that.
I grew a ton of it. Yeah. It grew a ton on its own. Yeah. It's like a crazy prolific plant.
Yeah. So this is like, again, this is kind of like a little bit of stealing of your style where this bed is kind of random. Like there's some leeks, there's a cabbage, there's some broccoli, there's like some flowers, and even a bit of thyme. Yeah,
you're beating me at my own game. So
it's not the most organized, but you know, I
like it.
Now we started with a hit, we end with a hit. The rose area looks amazing. My girlfriend actually planted everything but the roses, and they look. I think she did a pretty good job.
Yeah, the rest of it looks amazing. Yeah. The roses look good too.
Okay, so this is Fragrant Cloud.
I could smell it from here. Like
I'll tell you this, I don't know if I have a favorite rose more than this. This is amazing. Okay, there you go.
Honestly,
it smells
it's
so
like
good.
Perfume.
It smells like perfume.
It's like a, I don't know. It's like something good. That's all I'm gonna say. It's the best I can come up with. You know what it is?
It's like sweet rose candy.
Yeah,
it smells like candy almost.
But it actually tastes good.
We've mixed it up quite a bit this year. A lot of new stuff coming. Sorry it's been a little bit since I put a video out. There's been a lot of stuff going on this spring. check Jacques' channel out, check the main channel out. More stuff coming here on Epic Homesteading. Good luck in the garden, and keep on growing.